You're such an asshole.
AssholeConsulting.com, very interesting question we have here. I like interesting questions because they require more time and I can charge you more money. They often happen to be of intellectual interest as well. Captain, from a very early age, I have been what you might call an amateur psychologist. I like to analyze people and their behaviors and try to figure out why people are successful or poor, why they are happy or depressed. I like to try to figure things out, why people act the way they do, and why the majority of people make decisions that keep them down in life. Growing up, my mother was a single parent and always poor. I never met my father. Later in life, this experience has been a great asset as I try to keep a good marriage and take care of my children. Had I not grown up the way I did, I might be divorced and have kids that hate me. I thought that was what was going to happen. I could, again, I've mentioned it before. I thought Gen X would have realized divorce was a bad thing because we were like the ones that got the brunt of it. And then I realized, no, we don't learn from people's mistakes, let alone our own, let alone other people. We're just going to go fuck it up anyway. I'm a misanthrope by now. I really give zero fucks about society. So you know you'll get the truth from me. Later in life, this experience... This is one example of learning through adverse problems in life, and I see that not many people do this. They're down and outs all the time. Through reading books, again, experience as a foster parent, I have learned that a lot of people have a dangerously low IQ, the medical term actually being low IQ or failure to thrive. We just call them stupid. I used to refer to people as stupid, but that's not an actual medical term. I want your insights on the effect of low IQ on people, the effects of low IQ on our society, and most importantly, how people with average or above average IQs can isolate ourselves from this. I view low IQ as a plague and it's getting worse, idiocracy, but solutions are more the area I'm interested in. All I would say on the subject is that when I meet someone who appears to be negative, lazy, a nag, or an idiot, I'll avoid them like herpes. Well, let's differentiate one thing right here, though, because this is an important differentiation. I know people, not personally. Well, actually, I do know people personally, but what's his name? Oh, he works the magician guy, Penn and Teller, Penn Jillette. He donates money to a charity that helps people, I think, with Down syndrome who are mentally impaired find jobs. And there are people who are mentally impaired that have a much greater work ethic, are much more moral than people who are lazy, nags, or negative. All right, so we have to differentiate because there are brilliantly intelligent people. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi. Well, maybe not Nancy Pelosi, but people who are definitely high IQ, but they're lazy fucks. Okay, they major in worthless subjects. You could pretty much say all, well, not all, because there are some genuinely dumb liberal arts majors. Pretty much all these people with master's degrees in the liberal arts and the humanities, they're very intelligent, but they're lazy. All right, and that's immoral. So we should definitely differentiate between being stupid because of either genetics or a mental disability that you had no control over, and being immoral because immorality and being evil. Having low IQ does not have a monopoly on that. There are definitely some evil, lazy, despicable, smart people as well. What is your input on the low IQ, failed to thrive, debt slave epidemic? Thank you, and we'll keep your name anonymous. All right, so I took some notes. And I did take a lot of notes. Let's do one thing, as I did before. Let's differentiate between stupid and lazy, all right? And I'm also going to take out people who are mentally retarded. Because if you're to the point where you're not smart enough, you just lack the mental facilities, nothing morally wrong with you. You just don't have the intelligence to take care of yourself, and therefore you need help from society. I'm going to take those people out of it because they're not guilty of any particular sin. What I think you're aiming for, what I'm going to talk about here, are people who are dumb, but then are on top of it also lazy. And then it becomes a debate. Are they truly that dumb to not know that having sex leads to children? No, I think they're lazy. I think, and then you could say there's a correlation between lazy and stupid, maybe. But where you're stupid and it starts to affect and cost me money, and you should know better, that's the group of stupid people we're talking about. And I think I'm on the same page with you. Why I hate these people almost as much as I hate the smart people that lie to stupid people to get money. So let's go through your specific questions so I ensure I answer your questions. 1, what are my perceived effects of low IQ people on the rest of us. Well, or on themselves. Okay, the effects of low IQ on people. So the effect of having a low IQ on the people that... well, there's the effect that it has on the person themselves and then the people that are around them. The effect having a low IQ on people or just being stupid on people is, statistically speaking, empirically proven. You're going to have lower life expectancy. You're not going to have as much money or success in life. And the correlations, the studies also show that you tend to be happier the higher IQ you are. So you're going to be down and depressed more mental problems, more physical problems, poor diet, a whole host of negative biological, sociological, romantic, social effects have to the detrimental effect of people with lower IQs. This doesn't mean that if you have a high IQ, you're happy, you're not suffering from depression, and you're drinking yourself into oblivion, nor that you can't be low IQ and make $1 billion, all right? But the general empirical effects have been the lower IQ, the less quality of life you have on pretty much all fronts, okay? Then there is the effect of low IQ on people for those people who are around low IQ people. These tend to also be low IQ people because you tend to congregate with people of equivalent intelligence. And this is a classical example where, you say, my friend is having trouble finding a good guy. And I can't understand it because she's this intelligent, incredibly, insanely beautiful, wonderful, intelligent woman. It's like, well, yeah, that's because you're an intelligent woman and you're not going to surround yourself with idiots. Same thing, like, why can't I find a good man? Well, I know plenty of good men. Well, that's because I don't surround myself with idiots. And it took a while for me, especially with selection bias, to realize just because what I choose, the people I choose to hang around with, that does not mean it's representative or a sample of the rest of the population. So the people that are surrounded by low IQ people, or people who surround low IQ people, also tend to be low IQ people themselves. Just go to Eastern Kentucky. Fuck you, I dealt with you assholes. Go to the entire state of Wyoming except for Jackson. That is a group of dumb people surrounding themselves. And it's not a surprise that, there's trailer parks, there's barrios, and there's ghettos. It's not a shocker that, you could go to the inner city schools and you're punished for acting white because you got to have the crap. So a culture even forms around this. Then it becomes very hard to escape, especially let's say there's what your IQ potential is, and then there's what your effective functioning IQ is, where you can have people that are very intelligent, but their environment drags them down. So, the kid that has the ability to become an engineer or going to become a great officer in the military or whatever. Oh, if you're born in the trailer park, you knock up Peggy Sue, well, your life is now fucked, and you don't even know that you had the potential for a high IQ. So we're not just talking actual dumb people, but we're talking people that have the potential or actually are smart, but their environment captures them and brings them down. So it sucks. But then let's say you are a smart person, and through family, I've seen this happen before, especially with some clients where you have a very intelligent child, well, in your case, and you had a stupid mother. Now, she could have been high IQ or average IQ, but she did a low IQ move. She did a stupid thing and got pregnant out of wedlock, all right? You now have to deal with those people. The children, I see those all the time. They're trying to make smart moves. They're trying to get out of poverty, especially minorities. They're like, no, I want to major in engineering. I want to move out of the house. Heck, the story is not uncommon where I talked about the one client I had where the mother was going to cut this guy off completely because he wanted to move out and become an engineering major. And she was going to come off of the family because if he didn't live at home, then she couldn't get more Section 8 housing. So you have limitations. If you are related to someone, you have to live in the environment of someone with a low IQ, they are going to limit you. Then they can drag you into bad things. Drugs, crime, a whole host of stuff. Illegitimate pregnancies, STDs, all the negative effects that plague low IQ people can affect those around them that are either by force or by choice having to live or endure that are in that person's environment. So the effects of low IQ are bad for the people who have a low IQ and for the people that are living near or quartered near those with low IQ. All right, the effects of low IQ on society. Okay, so now this is how society suffers. And society suffers from three main ways. There is the political and economic cost that the rest of society has to pay for stupid people. Stupid people are not as productive as smart people on average. Stupid people also, at higher rates, tend to not support themselves and need some kind of government assistance, and meaning parasitism. They need other people's money. So they are, not always, but tend to be parasitical in nature, at least at higher rates of levels than people with high IQs. Again, this doesn't mean smart people at Wall Street weren't fucking ass raping us with the TARP bailouts. I know. I'm just saying in general. So what this results in is they take more resources, and we see this. You can look at the federal budget. The majority of the money does not go to war. It goes to 70% of the federal and state budgets go to bail out people for their stupid decisions, namely having children out of wedlock that they couldn't afford, and not saving for retirement. That's Social Security and the baby boomer generation, and soon to be other generations, because no one's saving for money. So this results in higher taxes. This also results in an opportunity for corrupt politicians to basically come in and lie and take advantage of stupid people. I mean, the classical examples, it's not your fault. That is the number one selling point of predominantly the Democrat Party, where, no, it's not your fault you fucked 5 different men and spat out 6 different children. No, that's Whitey's fault. That's the male's fault. Oh, it isn't your fault that you majored in English in an English-speaking country and went $250,000 at some fucking private rape you in the ass for tuition, Massachusetts college. No, that's male's fault. It's the wage gap. It's the ceiling. It's the glass ceiling. So smart but corrupt politicians can come in and sell this lie to lower IQ people about how it's not their fault. And these people don't really, the intelligence to say, okay, I want to sacrifice my ego and pride to actually make genuine progress in life. That's a skill or a high IQ or higher IQ person would have, saying, you know what, I'd rather be told the blunt truth about myself so I can improve myself and make changes in my life so that I can actually have progress. Most people, and I'd even say people with some high IQs, the ego and the narcissism is so strong, they want to be lied to no matter what. So anytime you can jettison and tell someone it's not their fault and blame a boogeyman, today it just happens to be whites and males, they'll do it. So now, because we all got to basically pay for everybody else's mistakes, and a lot of times keep up fabricated environments so these people's egos aren't hurt. I mean, look at higher education. My God, 60% of the people shouldn't even be going there. But we're going to subsidize it so you can play make-believe adult in there anyway, getting a master's in some worthless bullshit or another. Now we all have lower standards of living. We have lower economic growth. Our economic growth has been going down. It used to grow at 4.2% back in those evil, racist, bigoted, male patriarchy 40s and 50s. Now we grow at a little bit more than half that rate. What else? We have a lot of debt because, well, we don't want to tax people because we want to pay for all the stupid people's mistakes and bail them out of it. But we don't want to actually pay for it now and raise taxes. Why, people might realize the full cost of what we want to promise ourselves. So we're going to borrow money, and that way we keep taxes low. So we're going to have higher debt, and the younger generations, which are increasingly the dumber generations, because it's the dumb people that are breeding, they're going to be saddled with this debt in the future. And it's not just government loans. I mean, McMansions, the mortgages during the mortgage bubble, the student loan bubble, we're selling all these dumb people that should not be in college. They go and they get these government loans. They don't even know what they're signing. They're signing it away. They don't even know what debt is. They don't know that they have to pay it back. Car loans, all these idiot men that, like, this is for you boys out there. You go and borrow all these cars to buy a sports car at 10%, 12% interest when you make your $25,000 a year. So it's not just government debt that we incur. Dumb people incur debt in the private world, and that's what caused the housing bubble. That's what called .com. Well, not so much borrowing, but that happened there too. The student loans is a huge thing, and auto loans, especially for young men that are just dumber than fuck. You could have a high IQ, but you guys, you let your penis drag you all around. Oh, this girl with big tits will like it if I got a good car. I'll sign my life away for the next 15 years. So there are. If we included the penis, men's IQ would drop on average to about 75. We'd be pretty fucking dumb creatures. That's the honest truth. But we only measure this brain. We never consider that one. Just lower, just drop us to, we'd be as smart as squid. That's maybe not even that. And then finally, what's going to happen with the politics and economics, you have the stupid people outbreeding the smart ones, and as more and more of the population becomes parasitic, they're not self-supporting, and they're not producing surplus. Inevitably, you're going to have economic collapse because we simply cannot produce the food, clothing, shelter, and other resources and economic needs that the population has. And then you'll have an economic collapse. And then we'll look like Venezuela. And if you think I'm joking, just go look at Venezuela. So, all right, the second area that low IQ people are going to have an effect and cause pain to society is culturally. And this is just the insanity that we see. There's for example, we have really stupid problems. Banning plastic bags. Minneapolis City Council did that. San Francisco did that. Safe spaces. Everybody's triggered. Microaggressions. If you look at what the media tells you is big problems. Oh my gosh, what do the 0.01% of people that are not gay or straight, where did that non-defined group of minority people, oh my god, that made news. You look at our it shows you we have really stupid fucking problems. So this is what people tune into. This is what people, especially the victim class, hey, I'm oppressed, I'm triggered. I mean, really dumb problems is what we face, not real ones. Then culture. The Kardashians, the new Ghostbusters. We're going to have, what's it called? Ocean's 8. The female version of Ocean's 8. Political correctness, reality TV, sports ball. I know everyone says, oh, you're really harsh on the women. Okay, here it is, guys. You're thinking with your penis again. Oh, sports ball. Did you see the Vikings throw the ball to the other guy who caught the ball? Dude, he went past the line. Yeah, fucking idiots. Pretty fucking stupid. And it's okay watching a game or cheering for. I understand. But when, like, you're wearing makeup naked with your body paint and it's 10 below and you're a Green Bay Packers fan, yeah, kind of not on the right side of the mean of the bill distribution curve. So, you tune on TV. I mean, what are you going to watch that's smart? I mean, really, smart people have to suffer because there's jack shit on TV. You're lucky to find an IT crowd, a Black Books. What else would actually be genuinely funny? Victor Borga, Eddie Izzard. You really got to go and search. But it's like the opening to Idiocracy, where the TV shows are like Smash Your Balls and all that other. I mean, it is. It's the Kardashians. It's the TV reality shows. It's the Ancient Aliens bullshit. So, education. Culturally, we suffer in education. School is no longer a place of academic excellence. Certainly higher education. It's basically a babysitting operation, and we now play to the lowest common denominator. UCLA is a perfect example. They just offered segregated housing to black students. If that's what's going on at UCLA, how much has the academic curriculum suffered for all races? I mean, if that's a problem, and that's what the forefront, and they got their safe spaces in the trigger rooms and microaggressions. What are the genuinely intelligent people who are now finally you get out of high school, the mendacity and the stupidity of high school, now we're going to go where the smart people are? College is just where really dumb people piss away their money on stupid degrees and demand segregated housing. So you have, and the false rape epidemic and all that, I mean, it's the drama and the bullshit. In the olden days, you'd go to a school and there'd be ivy on the walls, and it was a reserve, it was a preserve for the top 10%, maybe top 20% of people that are actually going to go, and there would be genuine economic advancement there. Now you throw, especially with the ballooning liberal arts and the humanities, it is just a place for unemployable, lazy, stupid people to go. Not just stupid, but lazy, stupid people to go to play make-believe intellectual as they major in things that are not real subjects. And so now everyone's got to take their prerequisites. You all got to take your mandatory don't rape women, sexual harassment. Did you guys know that? Not to rape. Rape is bad. Rape is bad, okay? And then the diversity oriented. I mean, all that stuff that you guys got to now take. It has nothing to do. College has become a joke. It's become a laughingstock. And then finally, beauty. You say beauty? Yes. We as more and more stupid people breed and gain power and are more prominent and placated to and played to, pandered to by society, the beauty of human culture goes down the toilet. And I mean things like, well, we got to look at architecture. Classical example in the Twin Cities. You could go to the MIA, Minneapolis Institute of the Arts, and see actual art. Actual pieces of beauty that men and women in the past have made. Beautiful art. Or you could go to the Walker Art Museum, which is where all the spoiled brat kids for the past 40 years, the Daytons, the the Cargills, like, the great-great-grandfather made all the money and now they're worthless spawn who are lazy fucks and spoiled as all hell, either go run for governor or they become artists, or trophy wife becomes an artist, and it's just absolute shit. Well, they can't let their ego abide that, so stupid people, now they're artists at the Walker Art Center. And what's sad is that people with the old money now have the power, and now you're forced to have to endure minimalistic architecture, this 60s, 70s minimalistic. Go to the U of M campus, go downtown, look at an old picture of any old downtown and look at it today. Also, it comes into politics where you have really stupid people's art, very inferior art being forced into the libraries, public buildings over in St. Paul and Minneapolis. The city council, also stupid problems, has forced that any new building has to have a certain amount of money based on square footage. I don't know how they do it, but they're forcing people to include local artists' crap. You can't even call them artists because they're not generating art. It's shit. The Flower Garden over at Hennepin, there's a cube. It's just a cube with a bunch of scripture on the side, not scripture, writing on the side about racism and sex. It's a cube with bitching. It's a cube with victimology. It's a cube with whining. That's all it is. I think that set the city taxpayers back like 16 or 60 grand. And then like the people themselves, what I always, it's sad, you could go into like an old place and you see a picture during the Prohibition days or the Great Depression. People who were destitutely poor back then are dressed much nicer back then. And today, I mean, I don't know if there's a gal of the millennial generation that isn't tatted up and got a nose piercing and the fucking hoop-de-loop earrings and dresses like shit. Are there any pretty women left at all? Do I have to see the men wearing their salmon jeans? How many people do you see actually presenting themselves, going out in public saying, I'm going to go out in public, I should present myself presentably? And so, in part, that's laziness, but it's also stupid people. Stupid people are conformists. All the girls getting tattoos. That is the most amazing witnessing of lemmings going off the cliff that I've ever seen. A genuine, universal, conformist act of stupidity. So the rest of us all get to look at this ugliness as more and more stupid people enter the world of art and architecture and beauty and fashion. And since they lack the talent to actually make things pretty and beautiful, we lower the standards. Big is beautiful. CoverGirl just had a 16-year-old boy who just spray painted makeup on. That's CoverGirl. It's like, you know what? It has nothing to do with him being gay. He's ugly. It just is, it's unappealing. But we get to suffer that because stupid people want to see that. They want the standards lowered so that they think we're all special. What is it? When everyone is a super, no one will be. And then the final way that society suffers is that the dumb outbreed the smart. And we become a increasingly smaller and smaller percentage of the population. And not only do we effectively become a slave class too, because it's democracy, they vote in more and more stuff. Not even maliciously. I wouldn't say that they're like, haha, we're going to stick it to the smart people. They don't know any better. The way I tell if I want to, the bare minimum level of intelligence is, have you looked at the federal budget? If you haven't, don't fucking talk to me. Kind of like you're thinking, I don't talk to that. If you have, then maybe you and I could talk because at least you're conscious and not terribly ignorant. The ignorant people are going like this, and the educated or not ignorant are getting really small. And the day will come that you just won't be able to work enough to pay the taxes that they're going to demand due of you. And then we're all going to have the same shitty-ass standards of living, just like Venezuela. But that doesn't happen here. We're the United States. We're special. Our dirt is magical. Our dirt is magical. It never happens here because everything is amazing. Okay, how to avoid them? There's two ways you could avoid stupid people. One, domestically. Locally, your local environment. Control who you let into your local environment. And this is 100% under your control, more or less. I don't have stupid friends. I don't really tolerate leftist friends unless they are a genuinely intellectually honest type, which they're out there, but I don't tolerate it's the corporations, man. I want to beat the fucking shit because I'm like, you don't have an IQ within even 2 standard deviations of mine. I don't tolerate laziness. I don't even tolerate, you can be very smart. That doesn't mean I tolerate you in my life. I would never let Hillary Clinton in my house or Barack Obama. Get your fucking lying piece of shit ass out of here. I don't care how smart you are. I need honest and I need smart. So I choose the right people. You don't marry a dipshit. You don't date dipshits. You don't befriend dipshits. And you keep good moral people around. This is why, like, Hillary Clinton, for all of her intelligence, Bill Clinton, that's the most miserable family. I guarantee you that is the most miserable woman on the face of the planet, because she's just evil, just not a moral person. So that's what you control your local environment. Hang out, do intellectual things, join the chess club, whatever. I don't hang out with dumb people. The other thing you can do is you can change your macro environment, and that is move to where the smart people are, or at least a higher percentage of smart people. And that means basically moving into Asian cultures, or perhaps even Jewish cultures. Now, we could go into this, you can get all upset and put your panties in the bundle. Different groups of people have different IQs, and the smartest group of people with the highest IQs are Asians and the Ashkenazi Jews. Whereas, I guess to join Jews, you would have to become Jewish, which you may not want to because of religious reasons, but you can join or go visit or live in Asian cultures. Now, there's going to be some racism, you'll decide, and I don't necessarily hold the Japanese against, was it Gaijin or Kaijin, where it's like the Americans, but they're never allowed really to meld into Japanese culture. I understand that. That's your island. I'm not for the multi-diversity forced kind of model. But you're at least going to be hanging out with much more intelligent people. And if you go and look it up online, there's the countries with the highest IQs. Singapore, Switzerland, not Asian by the way, but you get it. Austria. Italy's up there for some reason. I don't know where the smart people in Italy are. I really don't. I'd avoid it though. Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, these are places where they're the highest IQs, and surprise, surprise, they have the highest economic growth and the highest standards of living. Oh my goodness, who saw that coming? Smart people produce more. Oh. So you'll not only enjoy higher standards of economic living, but hopefully you'll meet smarter, more intelligent people. There may be a culture clash, though, that may not make that worthwhile. So maybe have residency in Singapore, and then hang out with cool people in Denver. The other way you can do it is you can move to countries that aren't necessarily smart, but they do not have the thieving, stealing levels of taxation where you bail out stupid people for their mistakes. So you're looking at your Mexicos, your Thailands, Vietnams, second and third world countries that may not have all the amenities you like of a first world country, but they certainly don't punish you for being smart and bailing out the stupid people. All right, so you could go on. So you would not want to move to Norway or Finland or Sweden. Very smart people and very higher intelligence than the United States, but they will ass rape you worse than a Wall Street investment banker getting bailed out by his crony over in Washington, D.C. I mean, your asshole will only be about that big by that. But if you go to Sweden or Finland, your asshole better be this big, because that's how they're going to rape you. That's how much they're going to rape you in taxes to bail out the stupid people. So that's where you actually change your environment. So let me... Was your input? Auto effects. So yeah, that's it. It's basically two things. One, there is no morality when it comes to your intelligence. So don't judge stupid people morally. But if they start making stupid decisions and stupid mistakes, and you're in a democracy and it starts costing you, yes, you have every right to be pissed off, and you have every right to inoculate yourselves from them, either in your own group and unique sphere of friends, or the economic environment that you live in, right? And so, absolutely, I'm not against people going to like Bermuda. There's another place you go, Bermuda, Cayman Islands. Move over there. Look at other countries. Yes, we may have stupid people, but we're not so stupid like the United States people that we jack up our taxes. We want investment here. So please come here. Dominican Republic, Mexico, Thailand, stuff like that. So yeah, there's ways you could do it. But yeah, God bless you for adopting kids and having skin in the future of the game. But man, you're a braver man than me, because the way I see it, it is going to be idiocracy. And the idiocracy that's going to be the real world idiocracy is not going to be the funny, haha, things are on autopilot for 500 years and the machines do everything. Machines break down and you need smart people to fix them. And I think the idiocracy you're going to see is going to be more like Venezuela than it is a cute little movie. So anyway, best of luck to you. Tools.